Yet again I am tired of this NT-loving. So the KRR1751 decided to argue with some more GNU/Linux users on X.com. He pretends he knows how NT and Win32 works when NT is just a kernel, which KRR has no experience with, and Win32 is the user space APIs that NT provides. I have a feeling he says this because his games, .NET, and C# stuff do not work on GNU/Linux, because those all suck. Now somehow he came up with the idea that the Linux kernel does not have good support for x86-64, which is simply untrue. 64-bit is one of the main targets for the kernel, and you can get 32-bit programs on 64-bit GNU/Linux with multilib. Next, when someone says he is using malware, he shows a minimal Windows install with all of the malware killed. Little does he know there's probably malware in NT kernel at this point. But the biggest problem is that the GUI is still required. Windows is being idiotic and requiring a window manager in order to even work. Totally not bloat. Enjoy that forced AI integration, buddy. Then he says that in order to bypass this, remove windows.ai.machinelearning.dll, which I bet he hasn't even run through Hydra. Then after that he says that Android sucks. Same guy who says he doesn't use malware. But then he says macOS is bad. He should read gnu.org/proprietary. So then he says NTFS stores all file data in a single list, which Windows search uses, which is probably infeasible and not true. If NTFS is using journals, how is it so corrupted? Then he says KRR shell is better than KDE Plasma. Now also he uses hosts.txt to use domain block list, but keep in mind that IP addresses are not DNS and can't be blocked like that, so MS can still spy. And then he suspects that a random Nigerian guy is making random bots account on X.com or something. Post from its FOSS on X.com. Scare a Linux user with one word. KRR replies, Unix. Personally this is true because Linux people hate Unix, but GNU/Linux people, which are the true best users, all Linux users are fake, love the Unix design, and others. See surplus. This is surprising that KRR is a fan of Unix, but not Linux. Then he says, if Linux is C, why Linux cannot be the same as Windows then? Losing IQ by the millisecond. Now, I would love to help Minedows OS, but since I am required to use the proprietary Discord in order to contribute, I won't. Please set up a matrix bridge. Anyway, that's all for now. I hope I never have to do another video about this.